Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Pablo, and welcome back to GG Sports. I'm bringing you guys another episode of the Virginia Storm Fantasy Rebuild, and we are getting into the fourth episode. This is a game where we're going to play against the Indiana Pacers, and Trey Lyles is hurt in this game. He'll miss the next couple of weeks, so we did call up Christian Wood. In the last episode, though, you guys saw us make a trade for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Trey Lyles. Like I said, Trey Lyles is going to be out, but Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he's coming off the bench as the sixth man in this game, and we're playing against a team that isn't playing too well so far this season. So look for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to get a lot of looks. We'll have some flexibility in this game because at the end of the day, this team is not that talented, but they do have Carmelo Anthony. Victor Oladipo stayed in Indy, so they still have those guys, and then they also have Jabari Parker, Robin Lopez. So this isn't a slouch team, but they just aren't that talented. If Victor Oladipo isn't having a really good night, it's probably going to be all for this team. But Carmelo does get them started with a long two. We fire right back. Nice pass by Zach Lavine. But a little bit more on this game. We're really excited to play against Carmelo Anthony. I was really excited to see him actually starting on a roster. You probably won't see that again in the NBA in real life. So it was nice to see how he would fit in with some of the guys who are currently playing in the NBA if they were on a team. But a very nice behind the back pass by Al-Farouq Aminu there to a cutting Valanciunas for the reverse slam. But one more final note about this game. We wanted to get SGA some looks in this game. As I mentioned earlier, we have some flexibility. If we have a lead, we're going to give him a lot of looks offensively to try to fill out his game and how he's going to fit with the guys we already have in place. But you guys see off of the dribble, he's beating the defender for a very nice slam over Mike Muscala, I believe that is right there. So like I said, we just want to fill out how he'll fit in and gel with some of the other guys we have. So look for him to put up a lot of shots. As usual, Zach Lavine will put up his fair share of shots as he leads this team, but we'll see if we're able to get a victory here at home versus a team we should beat. And I forgot to mention, this team is 16-14 so far this season, so we are playing competitive, and we do see ourselves as a team that can squeak into the playoffs at the 8th spot. So we will be playing for that 8th spot or better throughout the remainder of the season, as SGA is going to knock down an open three off of the screen, and we have pushed our lead to 11. And going back to our playoff positioning and our outlook on this season, we're going to make some trades, probably another trade before the deadline to build a young core, especially if this team begins to lose. So let's just say, you know, by the All-Star break, this team has begun to lose, and we're, let's just say, 2 to 3 games under 500. I definitely will be more inclined to trade for a young piece rather than a veteran who could help us go the rest of the way, because I did get a comment that I definitely think makes sense. I think we could add some veterans, and I think it'll mesh better and allow the overall process of getting this team to be a competitor. It'll make that process a little bit shorter if we mix in the vets. So definitely stay tuned for the next episode. We'll be closer to the All-Star break, and we'll know kind of the route we'll go with this team. If we want to add someone who could help us secure that 8th spot and maybe make some noise, we could do that, because I really am modeling this team slightly around the LA Clippers. They were able to trade some of their good players but get some good young pieces in return that allowed them to compete at a high level. But their veteran that really has willed them to success has been Lou Williams. So we still want that type of veteran. We still will be looking to get a star in the summer. But right now we're just trying to build the foundation. So if I do trade for another young piece, I would be looking to add a 3 or a 4, because I feel like those are our biggest points of emphasis, or our biggest needs, because we have no really good wing players. Will Barton kind of gets abused, as he's going to knock down the step back 3 right there, but he does get abused on the defensive end, and I think he would be better suited off of the bench. So I still do want the starting 3 or the starting wing players for this team. And then also I would be looking to offload some of the bad contracts we have, such as Ryan Anderson. He's making 31 but doesn't play a single minute. 31 million a year, that is, but doesn't play a single minute in any game that we play, as Valanciunas is in his bag. Gets the and one foul right there, and he's in rare form tonight. This team has a definite hole at the center position, as he gets a nice bucket over the defense of Robin Lopez. But that brings me to another point. Valanciunas, 1 second. SGA just hit an and one. This time the foul is on TJ McConnell, who really has had his hands full tonight dealing with SGA and the size advantage that he has over him. That can make things very, very difficult. Not really able to do a lot to alter SGA's shots. But Zach Lavine with a ridiculously savage block right there, sending Oladipo's shot into the first row and saying, don't ever bring that in here again. But SGA is going to hit a spin move on McConnell, who I mentioned has his hands full. You see it there, going baseline for the lay-in. SGA is up to 17, and another look at the spin move right there. Very nice. But the point I was going to make about Valanciunas is that while he's a very good post scorer, he sets good screens too. I'm not 100% sure that he is the center that I will have in my plans going forward, because as you can tell with the backcourt and Will Barton and the players that I do have, I prefer athletic players who run out in transition. So, you know, one name that comes to mind that would be very good in this offense, I think, is Willie Cauley-Stein. That's one player that I may be looking to trade for. He is only on a 1-year deal right now. Not sure I'd want to do that, but there are offers that I can make for Willie Cauley-Stein. So if you've gotten this far in the video, leave a comment and let me know what you guys would think of seeing Willie Cauley-Stein along with SGA, Zach Lavine, and Will Barton. There would be some really high flying dunks and some really highlight plays, some really good highlight plays if we were to acquire a talent like Willie Cauley-Stein, especially with the passing that we have on this team. I think he'll be set up for success. But that will wrap up this game as we come away with a 17-point victory at home by a final score of 101-84. So the Storm continue to compete with this young core, and we'll see how everything pans out. We were able to get this easy victory over the reeling Pacers behind big performances of Zach Lavine, Jonas Valanciunas, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who won the Player of the Game award. And let's take a look at those stats. 7 assists and 19 points for Zach Lavine. Definitely got his teammates involved more than usual today. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander led us in scoring on 22 minutes, 25 points, and 6 assists on 11 of 20 shooting. So not the most efficient, but like I said, we had some flexibility there in the fourth. We gave him a lot of looks. May not be taking that many shots every night, but as I mentioned, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think about the series, what trades you guys want me to make. Leave a like and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next episode, and we'll see if the Storm can continue to compete or if they'll eventually show the inexperience and show you know, how young that team really is. So I hope to see you guys in that one. Peace.